We've got a right mixed bag this week for Preppin Data's challenge. So if we take a look at our attendee list initially, then what we're wanting to do first of all is to get this company name out of the email addresses. So it's whatever comes after the @ sign and before the .com or .gov or .anything basically. So I've chosen to use regex to do that. I know that you could, for example, split on the @ sign and then split on the full stop, but I just think that doing it in one step in a regex calculation is much more my preference personally. So we use regex extract on the email field. We put in quotation marks the @ sign and then that full stop for the .com or whatever. And then we say .star question mark, so we say anything in between those two things. And that gives us our company names. And what that allows us to do is it allows us to join onto our account manager names. So we can join the company to the company, and then that gives us our full join. All of our rows are coming through, so we know that we're capturing everything. So that's great. So once we've done that, then we need to be able to join on some information about our currency. Now this doesn't have anything about our currency in it currently, but we do have the country of our customers. So we're going to use a case function to assign the currency to each of our customers. So a case function is very much similar to an if function. If you haven't used it before, I always kind of forget it exists, but it just means a little bit less typing because you don't have to type every time like else if country equals else if country equals. You can just put what the country might equal. So case country when United States, then US dollars, when United Kingdom, then GBP, etc., etc., etc. And then that allows us to join on to our currency or exchange rates. But currently our exchange rates are kind of paired up. So they're the foreign currency and the GBP with a dash in between. So we need to use a split. I just use an automatic split, but you could use a custom split and on the dash. And only keep the first value to keep the foreign currency because that's what we care about. And then I get rid of this currency field and the GBP because we don't really need that to calculate the local ticket price. So then we join that back to our main data set and we're joining it on the currency, but we can see that we lose these GBP rows because there isn't actually a row for GBP in the exchange rates because that's obviously a one-to-one relationship. So we just need to make sure that we're doing a left join so that we take through those GBP rows as well. Now that will mean that we have a null for our exchange rate, but my cheeky little way of sorting that out is to just go along to the exchange rate and just double click on the null value and write in a 1, and then that is exactly all you need to do basically. There are other ways around it. Check out Tom's solution for written solution for a different way of doing that. I liked his way too, but my way is probably just a bit cheeky. So then we work out the local ticket price by multiplying the ticket price with the exchange rate, and then we have a requirement to order our data set by the account manager, and we want that to be in descending order of number of clients, and that's kind of a tricky way of wording it really, because you need to use a rank calculation basically to do that, but it's not immediately obvious. So you can just click on the account manager, create a calculator field, create a rank, and then you can see that already it's ranking them in sort of descending count order. So count for the number of rows, number of customers. I changed that to a dense rank, so it just does 1, 2, 3, 4. And rename that to be order or sort, or I can't remember what I actually called it. But then that's output 1. We get to our first output. I've broken this, I think, by playing with it, but that's fine. What if I remove that field? Okay, well, I have broken this. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to undo creating that rank because I already had it in the data set. So here it is, and then I just rename it to be sort. So that's definitely a best friend in prep. When you get errors, you can always hit undo and it will hopefully go back to how it was before. So we've got to our first output. Now we're looking to calculate that money gain loss column. So basically that's based on the refund type. So basically if it's a credit note or a no refund, then we can still count that money as money made. So we have our just a ticket price local. Otherwise, we need to multiply our ticket price local by a -1 because that means that we've lost the money because they wanted a full refund. Could have definitely written that differently, but you get the idea. And all that's left to do is just aggregate by country and by currency and sum up that money gain loss column. And we have our other output that was required of this challenge. So that was quite a fun one this week, I think. So I hope you enjoyed it too. Thanks.